Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, South Sudanese all over the world. This is Ruth Nyalel Jemiskaya. I'll not wait for anybody because I'm here to make a very important statement. And before I say what I want to say is that I want to reach to South Sudanese at large. We all know there's a lot of stories of what have really been happening in the country from 2013 up to today. And what is the root cause of all this? We all know that the president himself is the person who is the root cause of all the problems that are happening today. He started by relieving the first vice president, currently, who is the vice president by then in 2013. So the problem started in 2013. The problem that is still following us up to today started in 2013. We all know, we said we have to mention who is killing who. And I told you before, if the government of South Sudan kill people, if people are finished, if the soldiers are killed, they will never come and tell you the numbers of the soldiers who are killed and also the situation. If they take them to the hospital, they always leave every soldier to die on their own or survive on their own. And we have all seen from General Bulla Nuer. You have all seen the way General Bulla Nuer is walking. He have lost hope. He have really is tired of all these things. And I think this is how also the soldiers are tired. We know very well that in Abiemnom, the killing of Abiemnom, right? The killing of people in Abiemnom brought Joseph Ngwen to power. That is something that we all know. Immediately the killing in Abiemnom happened, it did not take 2 weeks. No, it did not take 2 months. Immediately, Joseph Ngwen was appointed as the governor of Unity State. What does that tell you? So the killing of Abiemnom have some connections with the appointment of Honorable or General Ngwen, whichever position he have or title. So we need to know if it's Ruth that have done this. We need to mention them. When it comes to the killing in Kolkartan, what happened in Kolkartan? We need to ask a dude Salva Kiir who killed people where in Kolkartan, plus Paul Malong. This guy, sorry, plus who? Plus Paul Nang. Why? Because there is a company for Honorable or maybe Dr. Bolmel. His company is the one that is buying gold in Kurkaltan. But now they want to take over. They want to remove that company and take over and put their company. So that was the reason that caused the war in Kurkaltan. Put that aside. Now let's come to the war in Patay. The war in Patay and the war in Pajut and the war in all of Nuer. Up to today, the government of South Sudan have never come out to tell us the numbers of the people that have died in Pajut, the number of people that died in Patay, the number of people that died in Word, in Lankan, in Akoba, in all these places. They have never said anything. They always come and try to play behind the door. They always try to play behind the door instead of them telling us how many South Sudanese youths have been killed in these places. They continue to plan another new attack. So as we now know, when they're keeping quiet and trying to lie to us, then what are they doing? They are trying to plan another attack so that more soldiers, more youths, more South Sudanese can die. Another thing is, we all know that there is no forces. We don't have South Sudan army. Only a deaf person. Only somebody that doesn't know the history. Only someone that did not read the R-axis will not know that we don't have national forces in South Sudan. We don't have a national army. The SSPDF is using the name of SSPDF. They are not SSPDF. They are militias, just like SPLA-IO. They are militias, just like the White Army. They are militias, just like Abrushok. They are militias, just like Agwelek. They are militias, just like any other militias in South Sudan. South Sudan doesn't have national forces. So if you know the SSPDF are coming to kill you, so they are not coming to kill you as a national forces of South Sudan. We don't have national forces in South Sudan, and that is why we are now working so hard so that there can be the unification of all the forces. Anybody that have forces in South Sudan, there are going to be unification so that we can make one something called South Sudan People Defense Force. So we don't have South Sudan People Defense Force yet. We don't have them. We are yet to make them. And what give it to us is the R-axis, the ceasefire, and this is what the government is refusing to put together. They are refusing the reunification of the forces. And this is one of the chapters in the R-axis. And that is the reason why everybody is being killed. All the people are dying. Why? It is because of this. South Sudanese are dying, and the government is using SSPDF. These are militias, but is giving them the uniform in the name of, they are what? They are national army. We don't have national army in South Sudan, and that is why when they reach to your area, when they reach to Akobo, they were singing in Nuer in Dinka language, they were praying in Dinka language, and they were doing a lot of destruction. We all know the National Army of South Sudan cannot burn houses of South Sudanese. The National Army of South Sudan cannot kill the children and the women of South Sudan. The National Army of South Sudan will only protect the South Sudanese, not to harm them, or also solve problems when there's any conflict within the tribe. But to them, this one, they are not national army, and everybody need to know from today that we don't have national army in South Sudan. Any army that you see around is not the SSPDF that are calling themselves SSPDF. They are not better than White Army. They are not better than SPLA-IO. They are not better than Abrushok. They are not better than Masianganyor. They are not better than Agwelek. They are not better than any army that is in South Sudan. We all need to know that from today, we don't have national army in South Sudan, and that is why they are calling for ceasefire. They are calling for the reunification of the forces in South Sudan, because everybody have forces in South Sudan, and we need to make one army, which is called the South Sudan People Defense Force. It's yet to be done. Thank you. Now, I have a statement. I want to read this statement before I read my statement. The statement I want to read comes from Lul Raikong. It says like this: Major General Lul Raikong, PCS, for immediate release. He said the title is for immediate release, subject no press statement. Due to fluidity of security situation in Akobo and surrounding areas, the office of the SSPDF spokesperson as of now won't release a press statement on yesterday military engagements. The nation will be updated once all missing links are successfully put together. Major General PSE E.T. Lul Raikong, Director for Media and Press and SSPDF spokesperson, SSDF Headquarter, Bill Farm. This is a document that he came out. He told us that there's a immediate press release. But when he came out, his title is no press statement. So what was he coming to tell us? This is a confusion that they like doing every day. This is a confusion. This document is confusing South Sudanese so that we can continue to talk on social media the way we like talking, the way we like playing with these things. It is enough. We are not going to play with such statements anymore. This document is nonsense. This document, there's no information here. And this document, I will tear it apart. This document cannot continue to destroy South Sudanese. It cannot continue to destroy South Sudanese. Lul Raikong, this is nonsense, and we are not ready to die anymore. And we already know you're already planning another attack in Akobo and another attack in Juba and all these places. But we want you to know that we are aware and we are watching you very closely on how you are doing things in our country. That is our country. That is our country. So I have a statement, and this statement is on behalf of the youth. I know a lot of youth are not going to accept it. That is up to you. I am representing you by fire, by force. It is like this. Youth demand justice and end to the bloodshed. We, the youth of South Sudan, call for an immediate ceasefire between the government, the SPLA-IO, and all political detainees and all political parties in South Sudan. Both those still inside and in the country and those who have been in exile, those that were sent away by President Kiir himself in Juba. We address all political parties, human rights organizations, the international community. South Sudan is at breaking point. We see ourselves being buried since 2013. You have sworn chaos, massacres, graves at every corner of South Sudan. Every single day is tears. Every single day is heartbreak. Every single day, in every part of the corner of the country, if the other part are not crying, the other part are digging a ground because they are putting a youth in the ground, because they are putting a woman on the ground, or because they are putting a South Sudanese citizen on the ground. Our country has become a graveyard. We call on the President Kiir to step forward, to apologize and take responsibility for the bloodshed that began with his action in 2013 for removing the vice president, to jailing countless voices, and also for jailing King Paul Malong in his area, including all the people that are in prison now as we speak. We have who? We have the 7 political detainees. We have General Akolkol that served President Kiir for several years, for decades. He swore his life to protect the people of South Sudan, and he worked for President Salva Kiir, and he was put in prison. We have somebody like Dr. Benjamin Bolmel. He was also used, just like any other person that have been used. He was the person that was used to kill people in Nasser, in Ulang, and the bombardment started with this doctor in South Sudan. So these are the people that are already in prison. We have a lot of them that are already in exile, and we are calling for President Kiir to come out and apologize and accept the mistakes that he did in 2013, because the start of him removing the first vice president was the start of massacres in South Sudan, and until then, massacres have never stopped. So we are calling him to come out and apologize. We are tired. We gave you our trust, our votes, and believe you will lead like Dr. John Garang. Instead, you turn us against each other, and we demand truth, and we demand an apology, because we are South Sudanese and we refuse to be destroyed anymore. You have destroyed our country. You have eaten our resources. You have even go as much as selling our own land, which is our motherland. We are tired. We don't really know. If we sit down and think, what is this war about? When people were dying before the independence, we knew our fathers, our mothers, our uncles, everybody that was dying because we were looking for freedom. But today, if we ask ourselves, the South Sudanese we are losing. Are we losing them because we are fighting for the same independence? What are we losing them for? Are we fighting for freedom? What are we fighting for? What are we fighting for, President Kiir? What are we fighting for as South Sudanese? Adut Salva Kiir, enough is enough. Pick your father, go home with your father, let your father write a document, give us back our country, or let him accept dialogue, bring back everybody who is supposed to be part of this dialogue in South Sudan, starting from who? from King Paul Malong and everybody that is in exile with him. Release everybody in prison. Release also the first vice president and let South Sudanese go back. Remove the SSPDF in all areas because SSPDF is not South Sudan army. SSPDF is your own selfish interest army that you are using to destroy South Sudanese. South Sudan doesn't have yet national forces. We don't have SSPDF yet. What we are having are militias in all the corners of South Sudan, and that's why you are giving people that are going to shame our nation. They are going to do things that a national army cannot do. The whole world is seeing how the SSPDF are misbehaving in our country, and the whole world is seeing how useless you have turned our country to become nothing. When you enter into South Sudan leadership, our pounds were the most strongest pounds in Africa. Our currency was the most strongest currency in Africa. But what did you do? You first destroy everything. Our currency today, $100, have turned to become almost $1 million or $750,000. What is that? You have destroyed our resources. You have destroyed our land. We have now hate each other. Dinka hate Nuer, Nuer hate Dinka, Equatorians. Everybody is mixed up. We are all traumatized. We will remember your legacy, President Kiir, as a legacy that have turned South Sudan to a graveyard, as a legacy that have turned South Sudan corners and the land to become a massacre, a place, a land for burying South Sudanese. The South Sudanese that we have buried during your leadership, President Kiir, we have not buried these South Sudanese during the fight of freedom. Because during the fight of freedom, the children that are being buried today, the children that are being slaughtered today, the children that are losing their life every single minute, they do not lose their life on the time that we were fighting for freedom. The Arabs did not kill us the way you are killing us. The Arab did not destroy us the way you are destroying us. The Arab did not use gunship the way you are using gunship on children, burning them at night at 11:40 p.m., burning them when they're sleeping. In Nuer language, we call that thing a mord. Larina mord. That's how we call it in our Nuer language. And to tell you, thanks to Dr. Riek Machar for saying, among other kungas, because what Dr. Riek actually did, he handed over himself to you, because when a Nuer is tired, a Nuer said, "Angawake," among other kungas. And that is what Dr. Riek Machar did. He said, if it's me you are looking for, I am here and I'm coming to you. And he came to you and he said, among other kungas, when it's too much in Nuer, when Nuer are tired, they say, among other kungas. And that is what Dr. Riek said to you. He said, Ngan babirash, among other bikulelo kungas. And Dr. Riek came to you. If you really love the South Sudanese that vote for you in South Sudan, you will lower down your ego, you will remove all the forces that are destroying South Sudan, and you will pick the peace document, which is the hard access, and you will call everybody. And for finally, let's make peace in South Sudan. I know a lot of people are laughing, but you are laughing, you are angry, you have no food. You are calling me useless. You are calling me all those names, but I'm reminding you, your mother is being buried. If your mother is not buried today, tomorrow you don't know if your mother is safe. Tomorrow you don't know if your wife is safe. Tomorrow you don't know if your son is safe. Because whatever is happening, even if you are so blindfolded and you are so tribalist, you need to remember that whoever is dying, they say one hand cannot clap itself. Dinka hands will not clap itself with other South Sudanese. Nuer hands will not clap itself with other South Sudanese. And that's why God had to put 64 tribes in South Sudan. Why not 1? Why not 2? Why not 3? Why not 10? Why not 30? He put 64 because that means it's a completion. It's a completion, and continue to laugh. But this laughter will turn to tears if you continue to ignore, because what is killing South Sudanese is tribalism, is ignorance, is ego. And another thing apart from the one that are dying with these other things, South Sudanese are dying with diseases. South Sudanese are dying with diseases. South Sudanese are dying with a lot of things that are killing us in our country. So It's up to you. Continue to laugh, continue to do this, but the last thing you need to take from here is we don't have national forces in South Sudan. What we are having every corner of the country, they are who? They are malicious. They are malicious. We don't have. We don't have. And there's no superiority. You are not superior. I am not superior. We are all being bound together with the flag of South Sudan. We are all equal with the flag of South Sudan, with the passport of South Sudan, and with the land of South Sudan. So when you think you are so superior, it is shame on you.